Good morning, y'all. Happy Saturday. It's Sonia, and I am super excited about this weekend. I have a full weekend of activities. I have a speaking engagement today. I'm facilitating a workshop, and then I am on a panel tomorrow for a women's event. So I'll tell y'all a little bit later about the event tomorrow. But this morning it is 7:02. I've been up since about five something. I kind of tossed and turned a little bit. I think just in anticipation and excitement for today. But I am officially up, doing my hair, about to do a light beat, and then get dressed, grab all my stuff, get dressed, head out the door. My goal is to be out of the house by 7:45 at the latest. I need to stop and get a little bit of gas, and then I'll be on the road to New Orleans. But I'm super excited. So today's event is in collaboration with a phenomenal nonprofit in New Orleans called Black Girls in Boardrooms. And so I am facilitating two workshops, one on leadership and then one on communication for early career professionals. So both of those are really important areas that early career professionals really hone in on their skills. And so that is what we are doing today. And of course, I'll take y'all along with me through that whole journey. I'm super excited. So I'm about to go ahead, finish my hair, put on some makeup, and then grab my stuff and head out of the door. Y'all, we are making good timing. I'll be there in another 40-ish minutes. I'll be to the law school in another 40-ish minutes. So I live about an hour and a half away from New Orleans. So, but listen, I'll be here. It's a quick little drive. But we're making good time. But that's such southern ass shit to say. Make a good time, man. But the weather is a little gloomy, which is okay. But we're gonna be inside anyway, so that's all fine and dandy. Rule number one of adulthood: get gas at night. I knew I needed gas yesterday. I did not get gas yesterday because I in my mind, like we always say, I'm gonna get gas in the morning. Did not stop to get gas yet. My goal is to make it as close as possible to my destination and then I'll stop for gas. And if not, I got enough to get there and then I'll just get gas before I leave New Orleans and head back home. And then the second thing is I normally don't eat or drink before I have speaking engagements. That's like my own personal thing. Unless it's something, of course, that's like later in the day. So then by then my food would have digested and stuff. But
I typically try not to eat and drink for a number of reasons. One, because I have a habit of spilling food on myself like I'm a damn toddler. I don't know what that is, especially when I'm wearing lighter colors. And as you can see, I have on lighter colors. So that's a rule that I have for myself. And then also too, like, I don't want to get food, stuck in my teeth and stuff. I don't want my tongue to be stained when I'm talking. And then two, I don't want to eat something and then it disagrees with my stomach, and then you know what I'm saying, TMI. But so I normally don't eat or drink. I do have some water with me, which I'll drink some water before my engagement. But again, super excited. So let me give y'all a little insight about what the engagement is. I think I talked a little bit about it earlier when I was getting ready. So um I'm a consultant. Beyond a consultant, I am a founder and a CEO of a consulting firm. And so in that firm, my work centers on systems and strategies for organizations, but a lot of that also centers like leadership development. So I really, I love my work. And so I often get opportunities where I go speak to different audiences. So today, my audience is a group of Black women law students at Loyola University in New Orleans. And so I was connected to this opportunity through a partnership that I have with a nonprofit in New Orleans called Black Girls in Boardrooms. And so the work of Black Girls in Boardrooms centers around helping women prepare for life beyond college and really help them get the skills and opportunities and assets and resources that they need to be prepared for the workforce and career. So I love the mission of Black Girls in Boardrooms. This is my second engagement with the organization. Last year, I actually had the opportunity to speak to young women in a homeless shelter in New Orleans called Covenant House. And we talked through leadership development and really building values for life. So I'm really big on values, which I'll talk a lot about today in my 2 workshops. And so absolutely love this partnership and grateful to be invited back time and time again. Today, I'll be talking about leadership and I'll be talking about communication, the importance of both as an early career professional, but specifically how to navigate developing leadership skills, the history of leadership, what that looks like, and then the history of, we'll talk a little bit about like the history of communication, and then we will also talk about just how to develop both leadership and communication skills for the legal profession. Because as these students are navigating law school, they're all at different levels. So a mix of 1L, 2L, 3L. Some of them, are on the tail end of law school, starting to prepare for their career. So it's going to be a mixed group, but super excited. So I am grateful again for the opportunity, and I'll check in with y'all later. Blue, you my
If I tell you now, will you keep on loving me? If I tell you how I feel, will you keep bringing out the best in me? You give me the sweetest taboo. You giving me the sweetest taboo to put for me. There's a quiet storm, and it never felt like this before. There's a quiet storm, that is you.
Okay, so with that being said, I'm gonna get out the way. I'm gonna hand it over to Sonia so she can introduce herself. She's awesome. We've worked together. I, again, have been doing this now for 6 years. We've done programs with Dillard University, the Women and Children Shelter, the Covenant House, and so Sonia has been there, and she runs her own small business. And yeah, she's awesome. So I think y'all are gonna enjoy. All right.
All right. Happy Saturday, y'all. How's everyone doing? Good. Y'all caffeinated? No, me either. I was supposed to stop to give me some coffee on the way, but I was running out of gas, so I had to choose on gas or coffee. And the lesson I learned today is get gas at night. Yeah. Last night I knew I needed gas, and I was like, no, I'm gonna get in the morning. Y'all, don't be like me. All right, perfect. All right, so let's jump right in. When you hear the word leadership, what comes to mind for you? Just like your first immediate thought. You take the yep. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Okay, good. All right. So when we talk about leadership, as not just positional authority, because a lot of times when people do hear the word leadership, the assumption is that this person is in charge, they have all the authority, right? But leadership in modern day, as it has evolved right now, is that leadership is not just about positional authority, especially in law. Leadership often appears through influence. Somebody said, who said influence? I said. Yep, so influence. And so when we talk about influence, the way that a person in a position, right? They might not even be the person in charge, but it might be a person who plays a role where their personality or the way that they're able to function in the workplace influences people to move in a certain way, right? As women, we always have to make decisions about a lot of things already, right? But when it comes to careers like law or just any type of client-facing or public-facing work, even in my work too, there's a lot of times where I have to be able to make decisions under pressure. And I have discovered about myself, the reason why I procrastinate is because I like the pressure that comes from it. I don't know what type of kink that is, y'all.
When you touch my head, I got trusting you, I close my eyes and felt your summertime. When we fell in love, it was summertime. When heaven shined on us, it was the summertime. Baby, there is nothing like the summertime.
I finally made it home from Saturday's speaking engagement. As I mentioned to y'all, I have another speaking engagement tomorrow where I'll be serving on a panel talking about financial health and financial management from the perspective of a woman in business. And so I'm super excited about that engagement. Today's workshop or today's engagement went so well. Of course, probably have already seen the footage from it. But all of the ladies were so amazing, so brilliant. I really just love being in the room with brilliant women. And so we had a lot of fruitful conversations about communication and about leadership. A really phenomenal time. I'm always just really, one, grateful to God for these opportunities, and two, just grateful to be considered when people think about me, to show up in these spaces to share my knowledge and wisdom and expertise. So today's event was super phenomenal. I am home. I am about to get settled for the evening. I stopped and got me some gummy bears. If y'all watch my Atlanta vlog, y'all know I absolutely love gummy bears and sunflower seeds. So I'm about to get settled from the day, eat my snacks, watch some YouTube, and get rested because I have round 2 tomorrow, Sunday. I have that panel to do, and I'll take y'all along for the ride on that one. But just wanted to check in before I wrap up Saturday, and just wanted to let y'all know how everything went. But the event was so great, so great. I'm so grateful, and look forward to just more of these type of opportunities where I get to be in spaces, just sharing the wealth of knowledge that I have from being a founder and the owner operator of a consulting firm. So I'll talk to y'all. So I will pick up the camera tomorrow and take y'all with me on my journey Sunday. Hey y'all, it's Sonia. Happy Sunday. I have made it to my second event of the weekend. I just pulled up. So I'm in the car, just getting my last minute prep together, meditating, praying, get my mind together before I walk into this event. I'm extremely excited about today's event. I always love being able, and I think I said this yesterday, I always love being able to be invited into spaces to share my wisdom and my expertise. And so I am excited about what today will hold. I'm so grateful. It finally stopped raining, y'all. It had been raining since, it rained all day yesterday. It rained when I was on my way to New Orleans. It rained when I was on my way back from New Orleans. And it stormed all last night. I'm talking about lightning flashing every 5 seconds. And then it rained a lot this morning. So I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so rainy and so gloomy. But I was grateful when the sky cleared and the sun actually came out about an hour ago. Well, it actually turned out to be a beautiful day. The streets dried up, so it wasn't even bad getting here. And I see a lot of cars rolling in, which that makes me really excited too. To see just how many people are going to be at this event. I have my pink blazer here that I'm about to put on before I get out, and I need to lotion my toes. But yeah, so just super excited for today's event and can't wait to share more with just how everything goes. So I will check back in soon, y'all. I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. She said, take your time, it's alright. I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. I get so already so hard in my blunt head. I think that's pretty facing, so I got trouble trusting. But I love my dog down for you.
Sonya, I'm gonna come to you because I was impressed with Sonya. I work for Open Healthcare Clinic. Sonya did our SWOT analysis for our entire agency recently. This black young woman came in and did a SWOT analysis for the whole entire agency. We have 7+ buildings. So Sonya, I'm impressed. And I just knew that she had to be on this panel. Can you tell us how important is branding when positioning yourself for premium clients?
Yes, always and Chanel, how they work with premium customers or buyers, and consulting because I sell knowledge with the focus on transformation. All of the work that I do is brain work, right? So the way that my consulting firm works is the same way that clients come to me when they want some type of transformation, and then we work together to figure out what that solution is.
So Dr. Sonya, I want to come to you because we talked, Dad kind of led us into investments and the importance of like prioritizing our investments. What investment outside of your business have given you the highest return?
So this is a good question, and my response is actually going to be a non-financial investment. But the biggest investment I think I've made in the journey of business ownership and entrepreneurship is investing in myself, but specifically my mindset, right? So be very grueling. I take the word hard out of my vocabulary because I don't want to, I guess, shape a world where like I can't do things. The reality of being in business, you cannot go into business with the mindset of there's never enough money or never enough resources, right? So now that I'm in a place where I understand what the spectrum of financial management looks like, I'm in a better space to be able to steward the money that God blesses me with, right? Because it's stewardship. It's stewardship. I just got back home, y'all, and I want to, as I close out this vlog, I want to just reflect on the weekend as a whole, because it's been such a phenomenal weekend. And so I always love, I'm a big person on introspection, so I always like to take moments to reflect on just my life and just all of the phenomenal things that are happening in my life. But this weekend was so amazing. Being able to, be asked to facilitate a workshop and then today be able to be on this panel. It's just been such a great weekend. I will say I am definitely tired. And so I think I will be more mindful in the future to, check my calendar before accepting two speaking engagements in one weekend. But all is well, and I was right where I needed to be. And so today was so beautiful because, one, the energy in the space was just absolutely great. So many amazing women from all different walks of life. And what I really appreciated about today was that the audience was multi-generational or anti-generational. So there were a vast number of ages, of different women at today's event, which I really, really loved. So we just all got to talk and share our experiences about how we, consider wealth building, what that looks like for us in each of our respective fields and professions, and as business owners working in different fields. So that was really cool. And so I got to answer questions just around like, how do I, what investments have worked well for me? And then I also got to talk about my experience with, what was the other question she asked me? But she asked me questions just about like how how to brand the business for premium clients, which was actually really timely because I just did a blog talking about, a blog on my business page, just talking about how brands need to understand the mindset of premium clients when it comes to like how they spend money, but like how they even decide how they want to work with different companies. And so that question was really timely. And the investment question was really cool because I answered it from like a more philosophical perspective, which is like my thing. I love philosophy and esoteric beliefs in the school of thought. And so when she asked me the question, I was like, well, my answer is really not even financial. It's more so about myself. And so I said one of my biggest investments has been myself, but specifically like working on my mindset to resonate with every single person in the room. And I even had the chance to talk to a few people after the panel. Actually, when I was walking back to my car, a lady stopped me and we started talking. Y'all, she almost started crying with me. She had me about to start crying. But she said that, what I said today is what exactly she needed to hear, just about like where she is in her own business. And just like she felt stuck. And so she said the wisdom that I shared really resonated with her. And I'm always grateful for that because one of the prayers that I pray anytime I'm going to do any type of speaking engagement is that, one, I ask God to move through me and to be not only a voice of wisdom, but a voice of logic and reason, and that whatever I share resonates even with just one person. So for me, I love that like I'm able to like be in these spaces to use my voice to help people get unstuck. I got cut off. My storage is full on my phone, so I had to delete some apps, but I'm gonna make this quick. But one of the things I'm just learning in general as I navigate life, but also navigate business ownership and entrepreneurship, but just really as a person who is trying to navigate some type of really important goal in my life, is that mindset is the key to being able to move forward. And so I recognize the more people I talk to in my journey of business is that learning that a lot of people are stuck because they're stuck in their own head. And so no judgment there, because I've been there too. And every now and again, I get to a point where I feel like I'm stuck because I'm holding myself back from something mentally. And so I can share my testimony about the work that I've done to get unstuck, to allow me to continue to navigate this purpose, this journey I've been called to do. So just feel really blessed and grateful to be able to be in these spaces. And it's so funny. Like, I think one of my biggest like reflections overall with this weekend is that I have come a long way when it comes to the confidence and the comfortability of being in front of people. And it's so funny because I grew up so shy. Like, I was such a shy and reserved kid. And so a few years ago, you literally could not have paid me to get up in front of people and talk. And don't get me wrong, like every now and again when I get up in front of an audience, I'll get a little bit nervous. And I think it's more so of just excitement, of just being on the stage and getting to talk and share my journey and my testimony. But it's so funny because years ago you could not pay me to get up and talk in front of people, and now it's like I crave it and I welcome opportunities where I have the privilege to like talk to audiences. And today the audience was huge. I mean, there was a lot of people in the space. So even having that opportunity to like reflect on where I've come from, I think is so funny. And I almost want to say it's ironic, but it's not really. It's just growth. It has just been such a good weekend. And my heart is full with just getting to meet so many people and getting to share just wisdom and knowledge. And so just grateful for it all. But I appreciate, if you have made it this far in the video, I appreciate you for sticking along with me on this journey. I'm having fun creating content. It takes a lot of work. I did not realize that, of like constantly having to think through like, you know, where I'm gonna set up my camera, what shots I'm gonna get, making sure there's like somewhere to set up a camera. And then one of my areas of growth with technology is making sure my phone is charged. Because that, you know, constantly videoing stuff, it eats away at my battery. So I need to do better at not only making sure my phone is charged, but also bringing my portable charging port with me. I have 2 of them now and they never say charge. So that's something I need to get better with, and just making sure all my tech is ready to go. But it's just been a fun weekend and I'm just grateful. And I am grateful for y'all for watching and supporting me in this journey of just sharing my life. But I hope that maybe something I said resonated with you. And I hope that y'all just stay amazing, stay blessed. And I'll see y'all in the next video.